So I'm going to do you a reading using the Queen of the Moon Oracle card and the Wandering Star Tarot as well. Okay, so I've been shuffling on the cards. I've pre-shuffled them rather, so they're here on my mat, shuffled. And the message I got for you, for some reason, saying peace be with you. Okay, so I think peace, staying peaceful, staying grounded, staying quiet, staying and holding your peace. If there's anything that maybe somebody's upsetting you about, it's really important that you stay in the peaceful state of your heart, and allow only peace to come through. So if anything negative comes your way, just be very, I wouldn't say negative, something maybe that could just throw you off a bit. That peace is something that you can actually sort of get into, and use peace as the empowering tool for you navigating these coming times. Okay, so while I shuffle the Queen of the Moon Oracle deck, okay, you got a card that fell out. Okay, so here we are. This card you've got here is discernment. Okay, so again, linking up to the card of peace, it's really important that while you can't see away, she can't really see where she's going, but she's got her kind of ideas in her heart. Now, it's important for you in order to be able to discern, make a discerned decision, that you come from a place of peacefulness, right? Because if we're angry or reacting to something or somebody or a situation, sometimes we don't actually make the best decisions. Okay, so I feel that with this energy right now that you're in, for some of you Geminis, it is really important to observe what is coming around you, who's coming in, who's going out, who's saying what opportunities are arising, which opportunities are you going to hold on to or claim. Okay, so some of you might actually find that there's something that's going to come to you, but it is very important you remain peaceful, particularly when you can't even see your way through it as yet. I feel like with some of you, you haven't got all the pieces, the clarity yet. Okay, you haven't got the pieces of the pathway open up yet. You know, I do feel like as well you have an inkling, and the little bits that are there, but I feel that it's actually really important that you just, within the unseen and not seeing, that you hold closely to your heart, and stay peaceful in your heart, that so you can actually be able to take the steps forward that is going to be helpful to you. I hope that is a message that maybe resonates for some of you. I'm going to see how it ties in with the tarot. Okay, I've pre-shuffled them as well, so I'm just going to give it to one couple of shuffles, and only 2 cards I'm taking out unless a third one decides to fall out. Okay, so we've got one here. Okay, and this is what's the best energy. Ooh. Okay, that's fallen out as well. All right, okay, yeah, it's interesting. All right, these 2 fell out open, okay, but I have got one also that came out, that pulled out as well as the first card of the tarot. So let's have a look. So this is from the, wow, from the Wandering Star card, and guess what's behind here? This is the Ace of Swords. This is a change coming in, you know, and like I'm saying, that you won't be able to see yourself clear. I mean, you won't be able to see the path clearly, but a change is coming in, and you're going to have to make a decision, you see. And this is where the discernment card's in, because you're not going to have all the details. You're simply not going to have all the details, but it is going to be a pathway to your success. Wow, I do love this. Yeah, and you're going to have to make a decision and be very discerning. And you know, and what's so nice about, well, so weird about how amazing this spread is, and I wish I had my other camera, because I used to have a camera just taking the photo of the card of the mat. But anyway, I've got the Fool inverted, so that also tells me, see, the Fool goes out in the world without a care in the world and will just jump off that cliff and hope it'll take it somewhere. Now you've got this in inverted, and because it's coming inverted, I will read it this way. And I'll give you both interpretations. I just do feel initially when this opportunity or something comes in, you're not going to be able to see your way clearly, so you might actually feel quite hesitant. Okay, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, you need to be wise about what decisions, where you need to go, and be really trusting in what is inspiring you and where the inspiration is really coming from. I feel like it's really important that the inspiration not only comes from your intuition and from your head, but also very much from the heart. as well. I think this is really important, because really what you need to do is start plucking out what no longer fits, and actually choosing wisely, I would say, really, which also, if you actually, this isn't even, but if you look at her hand, she's got one strand of flower in her hand as well. So she's chosen this one, and this is a chance for you to see what you're going to choose. Okay, but the Ace of Swords is going to be quite definitive. It's going to be a decision that you're going to make. But if you actually see this particular panther or leopard, really, it's sitting quite peacefully in the riverbank, or on the bank looking out into the river. And it's a bit like that. Maybe use the Cancerian energy that we're moving into, particularly, it's a water element as well. So find peace. If you find yourself in a chaotic, clouded thinking, that you would also allow yourself to sort of engage in that sort of peaceful state, and not be in a hurry to have to force a decision, but to be okay with the action, and maybe even knowing or making a decision that what is going to give me the most significant success to me. Okay, this is where it's really important. All right, the peace within you, what's going to bring me peace, Gemini. All right, but the great thing about it is, with all these cards, they're not static, and we can't turn them on its head and moving. But I don't feel that you're going to make a wrong decision, and I'll tell you why. Because the final card that you got is the Star. I mean, hello, wishes coming true. This is about putting your manifestations out there, or it's almost like the hands in a prayer position of thanks, almost there as well as prayer. So there's something very significant, very miraculous that could be coming in, Gemini. Wonderful, wonderful. This is something like infinite possibility in the guiding light. So wherever you're at, and of course, she's like almost like an angel there, standing really peacefully, and it's got this bright star at the back of her head. And everything's very harmonious and balanced in this card as well. So there's a peacefulness to this as well. But I do feel that even despite not knowing what risk you need to take, and what the potential holds for you, I feel that you will make the right decision, or you certainly be directed in the right way. It will enable to have the serenity, knowing that your decision is going to be one of a fruitful bearing as well. So whatever you do, just have faith, Geminis. This is really a great time for you. You've just had your birthday as well, so maybe certain things, new actions are coming in. There's a new energy surrounding you as well, I feel, in some way. Perhaps you've changed a few things in your life as well. And your birthdays can do that for us as well. But either way, I just feel for the next sort of weeks upcoming, pay attention certainly to your dreams as well, and whatever inspiration's coming. And I would actually even hold whatever miracle that might actually arrive to help you. I almost want to say kind of keep it to yourself. Okay, that's what I'm getting as well. Just keep things actually to yourself for the time being, till you really know for sure. But there is something definitely positive coming into your life. So I'm just going to pull a few trinkets and see what will kind of stick to my fingers, and I'll throw them here on the card. Alright, you've got quite a few. So let's see. Yeah, there is definitely a taking off energy here that's going to involve something new, some possibility of travel even. Okay, this is something also you've been wishing. So some of you, there has been something that you're wishing. I'm sorry that my head's going down rather than at the camera, but obviously I've got this thing here. I've got here, I mean, you've got definite movement, so there's going to be a movement. Some of you could be traveling abroad this summer, or getting an opportunity to travel. Okay, the opportunity that could come in will actually take you to somewhere else. Okay, because it's an airplane as well, and it's got quite speed. It could be, for me, as I'm going to interpret it as like internet. You might find that certain things come from the internet. You might get a message, something comes through, or you're able to send something out very quickly. There's a quickening to your energy here, Gemini. And I also have the horse as well, so you definitely be trotting off or galloping off somewhere. This is also, for me, the horse is actually about taking personal action as well, being the rider. Okay, this is more of a tangible form of the flesh, that's got the pulsating flesh rather than the airplane, which is mechanical. All right, I feel like in some way, some of you might have to turn your backs on something as well. You might have dodged a bullet. So if you're actually considering an option maybe, or you've got certain options, something will happen for you to get the clarity that you need. I feel here with the rabbit as well, which was actually turned on its back. The other thing I've got here is this little elfine, this little cute little fairy holding a tiny little ball of magic there. Again, I feel that this has been her wish. This has been something she's been holding on to, sort of cultivating on, and it is now an opportunity for things to be quantified. Playfulness as well is another one. If you've got a dolphin, and with this dolphin as well, it's holding a ball. So I feel like in some way, again, this energy of what's coming is like new ideas, okay, and like a new egg, new seed, okay, a flourishment of something. All right, I even don't know what this is. Keeping yourself self-centered. I'm going to read this as a symbol of centering. Okay, if you see here, she's got this is like a triangle with a pin through the center. So a centered self, almost like a centered chakra self. Okay, keeping centered, keeping yourself, the sign of peace as well often is the kind of triangle, the mind, body and spirit, all being aligned. Maybe making a decision, actually, where your decisions to create the peace is coming from the true alignment. Okay, it really helps to make decisions in all these areas, so we're not compromising. It's when we make decisions that's not fully aligned, say in our hearts, but we've done it with our minds, and we think, oh yeah, well, materially it's going to give me X, Y, and Z, but your heart's not really in it. You've set yourself up for a very unpeaceful life. I feel like in some way, though, you guys have definitely learned the wisdom of the owl here, and the owl can sense things coming a long way. Okay, it's got the sharpest ears possible. So this is about you really paying attention and really opening your eyes to see what is coming your way. And I feel that you will get this clarity, or even if you can't see, like the night owl, okay, it can sense and see things actually in the night as well. Okay, so coming from the discernment and moving to the star, okay, I feel that you really are going to be able to see clearly what is for your taking and what is actually going to really bring you the peace. Geminis, this is such a good reading. I'm going to end the reading here. I'm moving briefly on to just giving you a pebble of what chakra might help you during this time of discernment and moving into the energy of the star. Let's have a look. Okay, we've got the heart chakra, the card, the Anahata chakra here. So this is very much about staying peaceful. All right, also you bring peace into your life by forgiveness, self-love as well. Okay, so if you're feeling confused, there's some discord between what your heart wants maybe and what your head wants, and so in order to bring that down into your heart to get the clarity, you just stay in your heart and maybe ask yourself, what will light my heart up? In order to get significantly improving that, sometimes rather than being in your head, I suggest Geminis that you come into your heart and you visualize, closing your eyes, you visualize your heart. You can put your heart in your heart space as well, because we are moving into a time that we must live heart-centered lives. And this month in particular, coming into the July and into it, way into it, it is very much about what's true to our hearts. We've got Venus significantly playing a part. Going to be going retrograde in the month of July. It's in Leo, but still affecting everybody. We are, like I said, I want to keep it straight talking tarot. So I'm just going to keep it simple. And I want you to just focus on your heart. And as I was saying, just put your hand on your heart and just trust that even if your prayer is a daily prayer, show me what my heart wants. Where is my heart guiding you to? Let me trust my heart. Let me get rid of all the pain and all the letdowns and all the betrayals that might have happened, and tune into that heart space. I've been saying this to all the other signs as well. I will be doing regular uploads and shorts and reels, whatever you want to call it, on Instagram on the chakras, and particularly how they correlate to our childhood, and how some of the wounds can actually have affected our chakras as well and lodged some belief systems that don't actually support us anymore. Okay, so do look out for that. My link to the Instagram account will be below as well. Do comment if any of this resonated for you. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for being here, and I will catch you again mid-month for another forecast to see where we're at with all of this. Lots of love and thanks for listening. Bye, Gemini. Bye.